Hey everyone, it's Holly from Urban Homesteader and welcome back to the garden. Boy, there has been lots of things happening out here. Today though, we are going to focus on harvesting the potatoes and the carrots, which are long overdue, to no fault but my own. Summer is so busy and I just struggled a little bit to keep up on everything out here. I'm doing the best I can, but the other day I was out here watering and I noticed that there were a couple of potatoes just laying on the top of the soil, and I thought, oh my gosh, we are like way past the prime of doing this. The reason I know that is because all of these potato greens have fallen over flat, and they're starting to kind of die off. So it's not that I'm late. I mean, they can still be in here. We haven't had much rain, so it's not like they're in the soil rotting. At least I hope not. We're going to find out real soon. But the sign that there were just a couple of spuds laying up on the top was a telltale that we should get them out of the ground, so or out of the soil. So today that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my potato fork and we're going to just start digging them up. We're also going to get into the carrot bed, and I feel like those are way overdue too. I'll be honest with you. So I did pull a couple of them out of there, had them for snacks, and I didn't love them. The flavor was not exactly what I was hoping for. So I'm a little disappointed. I mean, I think that they're going to be cool to look at, but I really was hoping that they would taste better. I'm going to give them one more chance, though. What I'm going to do is cook them. I do love some cooked carrots. So we're going to give them one more chance, and I'll have to give you guys some updates about how that turned out. But for now, I'm just like, meh, I don't know. A little bummed, but they look really cool because the colors are pretty. So anyway, back to these potatoes. Let's go ahead and start pulling these out. There was one little root, I guess. Here's like tiny little potato. Kind of cute. I'm just going to set these aside here and start collecting them and just start seeing what we got. It's kind of like treasure hunting. So you always want to use a potato fork, just because you have a better chance of not, look at that beauty, of not piercing them or puncturing them as with you if you would with like a spade shovel. And you kind of just got to feel around to see what you can find in here. Oh, here's a big one. So you guys remember how little those the starter potatoes were? So that's kind of cool. I mean, and each one of those pieces represents a plant, and then you get this many out of one plant. So this is looking pretty good so far. They're kind of small. I was kind of expecting that just because I had so many in here really close together. So, oh, there's more in there. There's another one. I'm finding some night crawlers too, so that's kind of promising. That's a good sign. Okay, we'll give it another poke with the pitchfork here. Let's see what I can come up with. Set this stuff aside. Oh no, I think I just pulled some lettuce out. Dang it. Another nice one. Oh, see, here's one that's, I wonder if this is not, this one's rotten. This is not one of the starter pieces, so it's way too big. So I'm not sure what happened, but no good on that one. Bunch of little guys in here, which doesn't bother me. I like little young potatoes, fingerlings, if you will. So you guys remember when what did we pull out of here? We pulled out radishes and, of course, the kohlrabi. The kohlrabi was taking over a bit, but then I had some room, so I thought, for what I tried some lettuce. I have basically, there's a little one and two other little plants down there. Lettuce. So we're harvesting a little bit, but it's kind of a sad case for lettuce. These little tiny ones that grow on here. It's kind of funny. And then when I'm done harvesting, you guys are, oh, here's another rotten one. You guys are going to come with me to see what these look like on the inside. These are these purple potatoes, so that's kind of fun. Which I don't know if I have ever had. I don't know if I've ever eaten purple potatoes or not, so it'll be kind of fun. I also have to go find like a crate or something for storage. These are to be kept in a cool, dry spot, and I have the perfect location. I just got to find a crate to put them in. You want something that can have a little bit of air circulation. Wait, a lot over this one. These are beautiful. See, I'm like missing some. There's two big ones right there. Also 3 rotten ones so far. I don't know why. They do not smell great. All right, moving on. Oh my gosh, and the weeds are, I swear, the weeds were out of control for me. And my flower beds are, oh, a sight. Not one that I love looking at. Finding time in summer to do all the things we love to do is challenging. So we have to prioritize what's important. And I told Pat that what's important to me is having a little bit of fun because life is too short to not enjoy it. So we have been spending some time with our friends very often on the weekends, and we have been having a blast. But my gardens are showing that. But that's okay. My potatoes don't care, I guess, right? What's cool is seeing how nice the soil is. Oh my gosh. Then trying to figure out what are we going to plant next year. So I've kind of already been working on basically like a garden map, noting what I have planted for this year and where, because I don't want to plant the same thing in the same spot. It's good to do basically crop rotation, which I'm sure most of you have heard of. Look at that. Look at all these spuds, you guys. This is awesome. And I don't really know what I'm going to put in this space yet. I have decided that if I do more dragon tongue beans, which those were amazing. Oh, by the way, when you cook them, you lose the purple. It goes all to yellow. So that was kind of surprising, but they taste just like a green bean. So we have been, I harvested all those. In fact, I cleaned the garden out, and we just packaged up a ton of beans, and they are now in the freezer waiting for our next big dinner, I guess. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is awesome. These look great. More night crawlers in here. I should have tied my hair up. But I knew I was going to be out here, and I'm just kind of antsy. Like, I always just want to see what's going on out here. And we've been harvesting some tomatoes too, and those have been going in the freezer as well. We were just basically cutting off the ends and throwing them in the freezer whole, and then we will be making salsa sometime when things calm down a little bit. When we're not so busy, and probably like when it's cold outside, because there's not much, there's less to do outside. We haven't made salsa in a couple of years, so we are both excited about that. And oh my gosh, our peppers have been killer. I mean, they are just doing wonderfully. So that's been cool. Those also have been going into the freezer as I pick them. So I feel like I'm going to have to go through this soil a couple of times just to make sure I'm not missing any, because they're kind of hiding in there. But look at all these potatoes. Okay, get the shovel out again. Or the fork, I should say. Oh, look it. Went right through it. Dang it. This is why you want to use a fork. But this is also why you don't. Shoot! Right through the middle. Oh, well, there's more where that came from. The nice thing about raised bed gardens is that the soil doesn't get compacted because we're not walking on it, which is good. It's easy to work with, good for the plants, easier for the plants to grow, whatever it is that you're trying to grow. So keep that in mind if you're contemplating about having a raised bed or not. I am a big fan. I'm thinking about like next year. What I didn't like about this, we were pretty lucky when it came to the weather this year. But man, it would be really nice if we had some sort of drip irrigation. So I think I'm going to look into that. It'd be real nice if I could just set a timer in the morning and not have to worry about coming out here after work. Maybe then I could keep up on my other gardens and they wouldn't be such a disaster. They're not that bad, but they're bad to me. I know what they should be looking like, and they're far from what I would want. So then all these are getting kind of small down here. I should have brought a scale out here. I'll have to weigh these. Take that back. They are not very small. I mean, they're normal size, so that's kind of cool. I could have brought a bigger basket. I don't want to get too close here because this is where my lettuce is growing. But see, every time I do a pass through with my gloves on, I can feel another potato. They're kind of all over the place in here. Okay. Well, I think for now we're going to call this a success. And I think what I'm going to show you guys is what these look like on the inside, because I'm kind of curious about it too. So let's go into my little garden shed. We call it the silo because it's shaped like a silo, which is appropriate because our house is shaped like a barn. So let's go in there and do a little dissection of the purple potato. Okay, we are in the silo and I am going to show you what these purple potatoes look like. I feel like I'm ready to do a cooking demonstration, and trust me when I tell you I am not. Mosquitoes are terrible. Anyway, these are some of the potatoes that I found just a few days ago when I was out there kind of by accident when I was watering. And these are the ones that I found that were just laying on the top of the soil. So I grabbed them and I cleaned them off, which you shouldn't do. You should leave them with their dirt on if you're going to cure them and try to keep them as long as you can. Leave the dirt on and just put them in that cold, dark spot in a open air container, if you will. I'm just going to use an old milk crate, and they should keep for a long time. It'll help anyway. If you take this soil off, you're kind of taking off like their protective outer coating, and we don't want to do that. But these are going to be supper at some point soon, like a few minutes. So let's go ahead and cut one open and see what it looks like. We'll just pick this one. Oh, They really are a purple potato. No idea how these taste. I'll have to let you guys know about that. So, how fun. I'm super jazzed. I think this will be awesome. I love that we can add color to our plates. That's exciting to me. Anyway, and I wanted to give you guys an update about the onions and the garlic that I have cured as well. They are ready to go into storage, basically. They have been drying on my front porch. Gosh, I bet it's been 3 weeks already. I was waiting for all of these greens to turn brown just like this. And then I had actually purchased a couple of these cute little mesh bags, clearly not knowing the size they were when I ordered them. They'll be fine for the garlic and a few onions and a few potatoes, but you guys saw how many potatoes I got out of there, and you can see how many onions I have here. So I either need to start cooking or I got to get more of these mesh bags. So, but I like these because they're like a double pocket. So I can put like the garlic out here, whatever I can, it's just spacing. And then you can just hang them up real easy, and it keeps the airflow through there. So I wanted to do that. I just think that these turned out amazing. There was a couple in here that I noticed were soft and I just didn't see them. Had I seen this, here's one. So you can see that there's like a little bit of a split in the outer shell, again, not shell, but you guys, the outer paper. And had I caught that early on, I would have been able to eat that immediately. Actually, this one feels pretty soft, except right in this area. It's kind of, feels pretty hard actually, except right in this area. So I don't know, I'll have to think about that. But there's another one. If they have that split on them, you're just better off to eat them right away because they're fine, but they're not going to be able to cure how you want them. Not like this, where they are totally ready to just be hanging out in a mesh bag for a while. So keep that in mind next time you grow onions. Wish I could show you guys another one. I mean, it's kind of cool that I'm having a hard time finding one. That means that they're really good onions. Well, no such luck. So maybe I'm dreaming that we had those. I don't know. This one's kind of soft. Here's one. Obviously a split in the outer paper stuff. So, and it's soft and mushy, and this one is not going anywhere near my kitchen. So I'm gonna set this one aside and probably put that in the compost pile. But okay, should we head over to the carrots? I know you guys are excited to see what those look like, as am I. There is one in particular that is a beast of a carrot. I also have one that bolted. So that one could be, it looks impressive because the stalk is really green and big, but there's flowers on it, and that's just not a good sign. So it'll be interesting to see how big the carrot actually is. So let's go check it out. Okay, so here we are with all the carrots, and I think I have pulled all the onions out of here. I don't know, there is a lot of greenery going on in here, and I'm not really sure what's happening on the inside. There could very well be some onions in here, but we're going to find out real soon. So my plan is to just work my way this way. First, though, we're going to pick this giant beast of a carrot that I am so curious to see what this sucker looks like. Oh, it's actually kind of disappointing. All this greenery. So white carrot, but it looked like it was green on the top, so I thought that was kind of fun. We're going to end up with a lot of carrots. I'm positive of that. Let's just start and see what happens. Another white. Oh, this one top broke off, but it was an orange one. I'll get my hands dirty and get that one taken care of. Ooh, here's a yellow. How fun is that? Nice orange carrot. This is the one that the top came off. Look at that. Beauty. Oh, they smell good too. And next to that is this one. Another orange. And a dud. This is why it's important to thin them. And again, this garden has weeds at an epic level. Ooh. Here's a trifecta. Kind of a yellow. 3 of them on there. That's kind of crazy. Nice orange. This one's big. This is a beauty. See, if you knew what this looked like before you pulled it out, this would be the one I would have entered in the fair. Hard to know though when they grow underground. Another orange one. Orange and a yellow. So let's see. This one looks like it bolted too. Not as big. Oh, but the carrot looks pretty decent. Nice. Little white one. Not terrible. But you can see it's starting to bolt. Here's a flower that I was gonna go to seed, which is not great. I'm gonna put this up here. Here's a red one. Super tiny. Looks like a beet. Probably not gonna make it into the dish I make, whatever that might be. Here's kind of a yellow. Another white. Honestly, you guys, I feel like I really didn't do the best job of thinning these. See, and then I pull one of these out. It's kind of cool. So, I don't know. Maybe this is just normal. Ouch. Ooh, something in there sharp. A weed. That should not be in there. Okay, I'm going to pull this one. So this is obviously the one that's ready to bolt. We are about as close as it's going to get. Lots of flower heads on here. So let's see what this one looks like. Oh, maybe there's two here. Hang on a second. Ooh. Giant white carrot. Very cool. I don't know what that was that got me, but that smarts. So look how giant the greens are with the flowers on it. Telltale sign. And look how small the carrot is. So had the carrot, I mean, it only grew this big. When it starts to bolt or get these flowers on it, that they just stop growing. So if you see that, just pull them. Just pull them out of your garden. They're not going to be getting any bigger. Much like the onions do the same thing. So I'll have to pull those greens off. Ooh, gosh, these bugs. This one's pretty. These yellow carrots are just fun. I am hesitant to go in here because of that weed that got me. Oh, look at that one. Beautiful red carrot. Gosh, so cool. Another giant red. I'm sorry, yellow. I am so happy with this. With these results. Look at that. Gorgeous. Another big orange one. This one looks big too. This one looks like a white one. Yep. Look at that. Oh, yum. See? Too close together. Not worth much. Let's see what's back here. Another white one. A yellow. It's just kind of funny to me. These greens make it look like they're super impressive. Not that they're not. A couple of orange. Another white. You guys remember this was all done on seed tape because carrot seeds are so tiny and kind of a pain to plant. But when they're on that seed tape, that is the way to go. and then just do a better job of thinning, better than I did, and weeding. I mean, look at this, another chunk of grass. But it's hard when they get that full, they get this much greens, this many greens on them. It's hard to thin them and get in there. Okay, you guys, I think that's it. Wow, I feel like, oh, summer is coming to an end. The gardens are closing up. Another red one. These might be my favorite. They just look awesome. But this is part of gardening. Pretty soon we'll be shoveling sidewalks and that sort of stuff. So I think that's it, you guys. The rest is cleanup. So check this out. Look at all these beautiful colors. Is this just not the best? Wow, there's some weight here too. So I will be doing some veggie cleaning tonight. Once again, Pat's probably waiting for those potatoes. So I should probably get in the house and have him prepare supper since he's so much better at it than I am. I'm just good at growing it. He can cook it. That's how it works at our house. So that's it for the garden, you guys. Thanks so much for helping me harvest the potatoes and the carrots, and we will see you out here next time. Probably doing some cleanup. I know I've got a lot of peppers to harvest as well. I'm kind of waiting for them to change color. So again, I'm all about the color on the plate. It's going to be lots and lots of fun. So thanks so much for joining me out here in the garden, and we will see you soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let your garden friends know that here I am. See you soon.